जय हो हरि बोल बोल मदन मोहन हरि बोल हरि बोल बोल मदन मोहन हरि बोल हरि बोल बोल मदन मोहन हरि बोल हरि बोल बोल मदन मोहन এই রূপে ধীরে ধীরে পথে চলি গো আমি এই রূপে ধীরে ধীরে
songs are so about all Brajavas. Anurottam Thakur is lamenting for this. So, come on, Didi. Soye ke basunai shama.
Can't sing.
Can't sing that? Okay, whatever.
But Nalini can sing this. We can sing
No,
this.
you sing.
But I can't sing it. So I don't know how to
Some other?
Just Mahamantra? Or it's not turned from Mahamantra?
No, it's not. It's already 7:15.
It's always turned from Mahamantra.
Anandini Mataji, can you bring Shivan Bhagavatam first canto? Because if I see phone, then everyone will think what I'm doing on the
You see?
Yeah, 3, 4, 4.
Or
Um,
then if I sing one small one and then ending over with one.
Jay.
Yes?
Beautiful. Yeah.
Kalayati Nayana. Three.
Marge, would you like the stand?
It's easy.
I have stand.
Oh, you.
हरे कृष्ण बोलो श्री राधा रानी की डंके कलयति नयनम् दिशि दिशि वलितम् पंकजमिव मृदु मारुतचलिता कलयति नयनम् दिशि दिशि वलितम्
पंकजमिव मृदु मारुतचलिता
कलयति नयनम् दिशि दिशि वलिता पंकजमिव मृदु मारुतचलिता
कलयति नयनम् दिशि दिशि वलिता पंकजमिव मृदु मारुतचलिता
केली विपिना प्रविशति राधा केली विपिना
प्रविशति राधा
प्रतिपद समोदिता मनसे जवादा
प्रतिपद समुदिता मनसि जबादा
कलयति नयनम् दिशि दिशि वलितम् पंकजमिव मृदु मारुतचलितम्
कलयति नयनम् दिशि दिशि वलिता पंकजमिव मृदु मारुतचलिता
कलयति नयनम् दिशि दिशि वलितम् पंकजमिव मृदु मारुतचलितम्
कलयति नयनम् दिशि दिशि वलिता पंकजमिव मृदु मारुतचलिता
विन्दादिति मृदु मन्थरपाद रचयति कुञ्जरा गतिमानुवादा कलयति नयनम् दिशि दिशि वलितम्
पङ्कजमिव विदुमारुतचलितम् जनयति रौद्रा गजदीपमुदिता रामानन्दराय कवि गदिता कलयति नयनं दिशि दिशि वलितं पङ्कजमिव विदुमारुतचलितम् दिशिवलितं पङ्कजमिव विदुमारुतचलितम् ओ जय राधे जय राधे जय राधे जय राधे जय वृंदावन विलासिनी राधे राधे अष्टसखी शिरोमणि राधे राधे जय माधव मोहिनी राधे राधे कानु मन मोहिनी राधे राधे ओ जय परम करुणामयी राधे राधे करुणामयी राधे राधे जय 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 राधे ओ जय राधे 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 जय राधे
You give this hand free to You're great singers here. Both of you. Best.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama,
Krishna. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjan-shalakaya Chakshurum litam yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Gurave Gauri Chandraya Radhikaya Stadalaye Krishnaya Krishna Bhaktaya Tadbhaktaya Namo Namah. Vancha kalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhyaiva cha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnebhyo namo namah. Ajanulambito bhujo kanakvadato sankirtane kapitro kamlayataksho Vishambaro dujvaro yukdharma palo Vande jagat priya karo karunayavataro. He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dina Bandhu Jagat Pate Gopesh Gopikant Radhakant Namastate Tapt Kanchan Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhan Sute Devi Hari Priya Vrindai Tulasi Devi Priyai Keshava Sacha Krishna Bhakti Prade Devi Satyavate Namo Namah. Panchatattvatmakam Krishna Bhakta Rupa Sarupakam Bhaktavatar Bhaktakyam Namami Bhakti Shaktikam. Yam Pravajantam Anupeta Peta Krityam Dvaipano Viraha Katuraha Juvaha Putreti Tanmayataya Tarvo Vinedustam Sarvabhuta Hidayam Munimanatosmi. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. One more time.
Hare
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
I also know German language. Shrimati Kunti Spracha, O Krishna Icha, Irves Dirmene. Yeah? I asked for Bhagavatam and I got German. Yeah? It's not that easy. Du bist dei und springtingre personalities Gottes und willst du durch dei anyway. I only wanted to know the verses and that is there. I don't need the translation part. But anyway, Hari Bol. I just need verses. Verses are here. Nigam kalpatarum galitam phalam Shuk mukhad amrit dravya samitam Pibat bhagvat rasmalayam Muhoraho rasika bhuvi bhavaka. The third verse of Srimad Bhagavatam. Srimad Bhagavatam is compared to as a fruit because the essence of the tree is in its fruits. And Phalena Parichayani. Because of that fruit, we can understand the importance of that tree. How important is that tree? So, the ripened fruit of the Vedas. The ripened fruit of the Vedas. Nigam kalpatarum galitam phalam. The ripened fruit of the Vedas is Srimad Bhagavatam, which is galitam phalam, which falls. Galitam. Galita means which fell. This fruit was on the branch of Narayan and he fell from the branch of Narayan to the branch of Brahmaji. And from the branch of Brahmaji it fell to the branch of Naraji. From the branch of Naraji, this fruit fell from the branch of Narad to the branch of Vedavyasi. And when this fruit Galitam, when it fell from the branch of Vedavyas, then there was a beautiful, effulgent, very knowledgeable, full of beauty and renunciation, one parrot who touched that fruit with his beak. And that fruit is compared to as apple, papaya, banana, strawberry, blueberry, mango. Why it is mango? Why not any other fruit? It's not written mango there. Why it is mango? Mango is considered the king of all the fruits. So Srimad Bhagavatam is the king of all the scriptures. And therefore comparison has to be equally with the king of all the fruits, that's mango. Yeah. So fruit was very delicious. The fruit was very nectarian. But when it touched with the lips, the beak of Shuk, that parrot, means Shukdev Goswami, it became more sweeter. Shuk Mukhad Amritra Dravya Samitam. By touch of the beak of the parrot, that fruit gains something more, and that is the more nectar, the saliva of that parrot, along with that sweetness of the fruit. Those mangoes which are untouched by parrot, this common environment, they are not that sweet as compared to those mangoes which are touched by the beak of the parrots. There's something natural. It touched by the saliva of Shuka. So Shukdev Goswami, who is none other than the pet parrot of Radharani, who sits on the hands of Radharani, and Radharani always pampering that parrot and feed that parrot with pomegranate seeds. And she is the one who is teaching that parrot about her moods and teaching that parrot to repeat the names of Krishna. That means that parrot, Shukdev Goswami, has tadatme, oneness with Radharani. Therefore, in 10th canto Bhagavatam, the pastime of Ras Leela, Shukdev Goswami is seen being partial. Partiality is not good, right? But when it comes to one's worshipable, one's Ishta, then there is no harm in partiality. Shukdev Goswami, while describing the moods of Vipakshas, means those who are contrary to Radharani, unfavorable one, he describing their, the description is been in just 2 lines. Shloka has 4 lines, right? But when Shukdev Goswami describing about other gopis which are Vipakshas, unfavorable to Radharani, is only describing their glories only with 2 lines. But when he is describing the glories of Radharani and the Swapakshas, then complete 4 lines. So seen, partial. But nothing wrong in that, because his Ishta Devi is, his goddess is Radharani. So she Shuk Uvacha. Who's speaking Bhagavatam? Shukdev Goswami. And who's listening? Parikshit Maharaj. Parikshit Maharaj is tadatme with Krishna, oneness with Krishna. How? I heard this point some years back from very, very high scholarly elevated personality in Vrindavan. First time I heard from him. And I don't know which commentary he was referring to, but he was very famous. So he can't be wrong. He was describing Ashwathama trying to destroy the womb of Uttara where Parikshit Maharaj was taking birth. Krishna entered in the womb of Mother Uttara to protect the child. But he could have saved the child from outside also. What was the point going inside the womb of the mother? Is a very good place to visit. That's the difference between demigods who are in three modes of nature and Krishna who is beyond three modes of nature. He's so humble. And the difference is demigods, they don't touch earth. They're always above earth, above ground. They think, this is very filthy. We can't touch. But imagine Krishna, he can enter in the womb of the mother, and we can imagine what's there in the womb of the mother. Without any hesitation and reservations, he entered the womb of the mother, Uttara. What demigods like to eat? Ghee, essence of milk, which is considered purifying. If you're making any prep and there are always some intentionally, unintentionally some contamination, even the contamination of consciousness, whatever, if you just put 1 spoon of ghee, it is purifying the offering to Krishna. There's a system we do in our mat. The pujari, he put 1 spoon ghee to purify everything. So demigods, they only take the essence, ghee. They don't eat any other. But what Krishna, he can even eat banana peels. No reservations. He can also eat the raw flat rice of Sudama. No ghee is there. How humble Krishna is. Supreme Lord, full of all ego, the true ego. So time, place, circumstance. When he wants to exhibit his ego, he shows this. Aham sarvasya prabhavo. I am the Lord of everyone. He shows this. Yeah. But when he has to show his humility, you see how much he can he's entering in the womb of Mother Uttara with his chakra, and he could have also inspired Arjun to destroy this Brahmastra as he did earlier, but there was no any room left for giving instruction to Arjun. He entered in the womb to see the descendants of my dear Pandavas, especially Arjun. So Krishna is so much curious to see who is that descendant. Let me go and see. So that boy in the womb of Mother Uttara, means Parikshit Maharaj, was already burnt with that Ashwatha, with the weapon, Brahmastra. But Krishna glanced over that boy with nectarian glance and gave a new life. He gave a new life. So Parikshit Maharaj, he is tadatme, oneness with Krishna. Shukdev Goswami is tadatme, oneness with Radharani. And who is speaking Bhagavata to whom? It's Radharani speaking to Krishna. Who can know the purport of Bhagavatam more better than Radharani herself? And this is not at all astonishing, because in the pastime of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu visiting Gadadhar Pandit, who is Radharani, and Mahaprabhu is Krishna, to hear Bhagavatam from him every day. See? Can you imagine how glorious and how nectarian is Srimad Bhagavatam? It makes even Krishna restless to go and hear this every day. You know? This is the glories of Srimad Bhagavatam. Srimad Bhagavatam is not different from Krishna. But Krishna don't know about himself more than how Radharani knows about Krishna. Therefore, what is the sweetness of my names? What is the sweetness of my beauty? What is the sweetness of my pastimes? Krishna cannot understand this. Who knows this more than Krishna? Is Radharani. That made Krishna to hear, restless to hear Srimad Bhagavatam. So Shukdev Goswami speaking Bhagavatam, Parikshit Maharaj means personality who is tadatme, oneness with Radharani, speaking to one who is oneness with Krishna. This is the speciality of Bhagavatam. So Nigam Kalpatarum Galitam Phalam. Galitam Phalam. This fruit fell from the branch of Ved Vyas, and the parrot was there, and parrot touched with the beak and made that fruit more nectarian and delicious with a touch of the beak. Pibad Bhagavata Rasamalayam. Keep on drinking this, drinking this, drinking this, unless you get intoxicated. And even if you get faint, don't worry, keep on drinking that. When a person gets intoxicated, oh my goodness, I saw in Stuttgart one time. I can't forget that carnival in Stuttgart. It was so cold, and I see all boys and girls just lying on the ground, totally intoxicated, and like 20 or 25 beer bottles around them, and they're totally out. That's the fun. They want to enjoy this. What kind of enjoyment is this? That you lose your consciousness? And the police, I saw the police guys, they were putting them in the car and taking them to their home. I saw this. This is one kind of intoxication. But Pibad Bhagavata Rasmalayam, this another intoxication which is so high and superior. That's the Purusharth, to drink this intoxicant. Unless you Rasmalayam, unless you faint. And when you gain your consciousness, drink again. Muho roho rasika bhuvi bhavuka. Keep on drinking, keep on drinking, keep on drinking. Srila Bhakti Vigyan Bharti Goswami Maharaj, whenever any health issues, and devotees used to ask, Maharaj, how are you doing? And he always, favorite verse, he always used to utter one verse. Idam shariram shatasandhi jarjaram. He used to speak like this. You ask him, how am I doing? And his reply was this verse. Idam shariram shatasandhi jarjaram. Patyatapashnam parinam peshalam. Kim aushate prichasi muradur mate. Niramayam Krishna rasayana piva. This body, human body, made of how many joints? Everywhere is joint. Everywhere is joint. 100 joints in this body. Anything which has joint is not considered to be very pakka, permanent. It's all temporary. Any joint can break any minute. So this is the constitution of this body. So many joints everywhere. Patyat pashna parinama peshanam. And this body can fall any minute. Any moment this body can fall. Kim aushati prichase mudadur mate. Oh foolish one, you asking what is the medicine and what is the cure for this? That's a foolish question. What is the cure of this disease? Niramayam Krishna rasayana piva. Always drink Krishna Rasayan, the nectar of Krishna. That's the only cure, and that's the only Aushadhi, means the herb for this. Nirantaram. Nirantaram means, as we say, Nityam Bhagavatam Sevaya. What is the meaning? Nityam Bhagavatam Sevaya?
Always serve Lord.
Many people understand Nityam Bhagavatam Sevaya means read Bhagavatam every day. That's not the actually meaning of reading Bhagavatam every day. It is just like, oh, the sun rays come in my window every day. Every day means couple of minutes. Cannot be 24 hours. That's not the meaning. Nitya means every minute. Drinking the nectar of Bhagavatam. Full of nectar. Because Shuk Mukhat Amrit Dravya Samritam. It touched by the lips of Shukdev Goswami, who is Tadatme, oneness with Radharani. That's the beauty of Srimad Bhagavatam. Everything is there. Violence, romance, comedy, everything. Kidnappings, killings, politics. But still, this is Amal Puran. Amal Puran. Amal means Amal Harinam Amiya Vilasa. Amal means one which has no mal, means no contamination. That's the meaning of Amal. What contamination? The four Purusharthas: Dharma, Arth, Kam and Moksha. No contamination. Pure in nature. No scope of any Dharma, Arth and Kam and Moksha. Only establish one Purushartha, the Pancham Purushartha, that is Krishna Prem. That's the features of Srimad Bhagavatam. That's the nature of Bhagavatam. Only speak about Krishna Prem, the Pancham Purushartha. And that's why Srimad Bhagavat Praman Amalam Yad Vaishnav Nam Priyam. Srimad Bhagavatam is Praman Amalam, evidence which has no contamination, and Vaishnav Nam Priyam, the best scripture, the favorite scripture of all the Vaishnavas. A brief introduction of Srimad Bhagavatam. What to speak of a ghost getting delivered by hearing Srimad Bhagavatam? Who's that ghost? Dhundakari. Heard the story? Okay. Evening time, no ghost. No ghost stories. Even Dhundakari can get delivered. Dhundakari means one who has no body in a ghostly existence. Got delivered by hearing Srimad Bhagavatam for 7 days. Bhagavad Saptaha. Even demigods, they're attracted to hear Bhagavatam. When Shukdev Goswami was about to speak Bhagavatam, just about, the demigods, they brought a pot of nectar. From where they got this pot of nectar? Churning of ocean. Remember that pastime? That wonderful pastime described in Srimad Bhagavatam. Churning of ocean. So much efforts were done to churn the ocean, and Bhagwan, means Lord, he has to take 4 incarnations in this one pastime. Just for one point, getting nectar from churning of ocean. Demons one side, demigods one side, and they're churning. So not going detail to this pastime, but 4 Bhagwan: Ajit Bhagwan, Kachap Bhagwan, Dhanvantri Bhagwan, Mohini Bhagwan. 4 incarnations just to get nectar and to give this nectar to demigods. So demigods, they always drink this nectar and they're always enjoying more and more. Healthy life, but we cannot say they become immortal. healthy life, more enjoyable life, but they are not immortal. So when Shukdev Goswami was about to start Srimad Bhagavatam to Parikshit Maharaj, demigods came with a pot of nectar. Wait a minute. Can we have trade exchange? Parikshit is going to die in 7 days. Give this nectar to Parikshit, and in exchange, give us what? Kathamritam, the nectar of Krishna Katha, which you are about to speak. That means demigods, they also want to hear Bhagavatam, but with some ulterior motives to become immortal. That's why Shukdev Goswami sarcastic smile on them and chase them away. Go away from here. Everyone is allowed to hear Bhagavatam. You could have immediately come and sit. No one is going to stop you. But bribing, saying that give this pot of nectar to Parikshit because he's going to die, and in return we want to hear Kathamritam, the nectar of Krishna Katha. And Krishna Katha is nectarian as described by Brajgopis. Tav Kathamritam Tapta Jivanam Kavi Biditam Kalmashapaham Shavana Mangalam Shrimad Atmatam Bhuvi Grananti Te Bhurida Janaha. O Krishna, your pastime is like nectar. Tav Kathamritam. This is one description. Another description is your Katha is poison. Is so intoxicant, more than any other intoxication in the world. If anyone get addiction to this, cannot give up. Those who are spreading this nectar, they are the best donors. You understand donor? Like at the end of every yajna, at the end of every Hari Katha, is a tradition to give donation. But who is giving the best donation? Gopis are saying, Bhurida Jana. Those who are saintly in nature, those who are sadhus, they go here and there. They are spreading this and they are giving the best donation. And the best donation is speaking Krishna Katha. But other side, Gopis are also saying they are hunters. They go around and hunting. And what they do with hunting? Make your life totally miserable. Yes? Miserable? See, some demigoddesses are privileged. Special seat. They come and they will say, I will not charge anything, I will not ask any money from you. Just give me your ears, just few minutes, I want to speak something. And when moment we start hearing them, what happens? All attachment, all ties, all bondage, everything just get destroyed. One lose friends, relatives, no one will like you, they will just kick you out from the society. You're not interested in drinking? Useless. You're not interested in disco and parties? Useless. Oh, we have another kind of disco. Yeah? When we all together, we are sing and dance for hours and hours and hours. Anyway, different topic. This is what Krishna Katha does. It changes the personality. The gross body remains same, but also not same. It gets more and more effulgent. You see, ordinary people, they look so old. But devotees, because they follow all principles, They live happy, blissful life, hearing Hari Katha, chanting. Even they get old, they look so young. You see Yudhishthira? He just looked 25 years old. Huh? She's 16? So, Hari Katha is Krishna Katha. Nirantaram Krishna Rasayana Piva. Try to drink the nectar of Krishna Katha every time. There's a nectar. But you taking this as poison, actually this is nectar. Try to give the gravity to understand this nectar. It will change the life, and it changed the life of so many. What to speak of ordinary people, it changed the life of Shukdev Goswami himself, who was absorbed in impersonal Brahma, means impersonal feature of the Lord. But just by hearing the verses of Srimad Bhagavatam, he got dragged to the personal feature of Lord. And he is no hesitant, no shy in saying, Parinishto api nirgunya uttam shlok lilaya grit ched rajyashi akyam yat dhitvan. Shukdev Goswami said, Parinishto api. You all are practicing Jnana Yoga, Jnanis. You're just students. And I'm principal of this university. He boldly claimed this. I was totally immersed in that impersonal feature of Lord, impersonal Brahma. But by hearing these beautiful verses of Bhagavatam, describing the beauty of Krishna, the compassion of Krishna, the qualities of Krishna, dragged me from that impersonal domain to the personal domain of Krishna. That's the strength, that's the potency of, what is this, evening Aarti? Jayo, Jayo. The church, they're having evening Aarti. Very auspicious. So Shukdev Goswami got changed. This shows who is the adhikari of Bhagavatam, who is qualified to hear Bhagavatam. So Bhagavatam describes all categories. One who is in a ghostly existence, Dhundakari. One who is about to die, who? Parikshit Maharaj. Because so many sages gave different opinions of the remedy. Parikshit, donate. Parikshit, do yajna. Parikshit, austerities. He was not impressed to hear, although they are to due respect on their place. But he was not very much. And in the middle of this, what's going on, there were different opinions given by the sages to Parikshit Maharaj. Tatra Bhagwan, Tatra Bhavat, Bhagwan Vyasputro, Adhichagam Atman Upeksha, Aliksha Lingo, Nijalabatushto, Vrittasya Balan Avadut Vesha. Naked, Avadut. Shukdev Goswami. Lotus eyes, long hairs, hands touching the knees. Broad chest, short neck, and blackish complexion. All symptoms of Mahabharat. When he arrived, everyone stood up to honor Shukdev Goswami. Everyone. Who stood up? Even his father, Vyasadeva. And the Gurudev of his father, Shri Naraji, Agastya, Shandilya, all these great personalities, those who are even senior to Shukdev Goswami, they stood up in honor, because the positioning of Shukdev Goswami is parrot of Radharani, Tadatme, oneness with Radharani. Who can know more better than Shukdev Goswami. So he boldly says, Parinishtapi Nirgunya Uttam Shlok Leelaya. The moment I heard the glories of Uttam Shlok, means Krishna, who is described in the best verses, glorified with the best verses, he said, I got dragged from that impersonal Brahm to the personal features of the Lord. And it's so beautiful. Not only his form is beautiful, but his pastimes are beautiful. His qualities are beautiful. And everything about him is sweet. Adharam madhuram vadanam madhuram. I don't know that. So, hasitam madhuram, chalitam madhuram, gavo madhura, gavi madhura. Everything is sweet. Everything is sweet. Shishti madhura, vishti madhura, madhuradipate rakhilam madhuram. Madhur, madhur, madhur. And even his holy name is also Madhur, Madhur Medr Mangala Mangalanam. Sweet. Very sweet. Somebody said because in all the Gaudiya Maths, there's a system, in all the Gaudiya Maths, in a noon offering there has to be sweet rice. And because, yes, it's mandatory. In all the centers they offer sweet rice. And because he eats so much sweet rice, he becomes sweet. That's why everything about Krishna is sweet. He's very fond of eating sweet. Adharam madhuram. So this is a brief introduction. I wanted to say something else. In that Srimad Bhagavatam, what time I have to end, Mataji?
For me, it's open ending.
Open ending. Open ending. A beautiful description given by the first prayers in Srimad Bhagavatam is the prayers of Queen Kunti, very dear to Srila Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada. And that's why he introduced the book, Prayers of Queen Kunti. Because there is so much Siddhanta in that. Krishna was about to leave because everything was over. He said, Parikshit Maharaj, he just stepped on his chariot. He just want to leave to Dwarika because Dwarka Vasi is also missing him, want him to come back. And Kunti Devi came forward. First of all, Yudhishthir came. Krishna, we are not satisfied. Why are you leaving so soon? Please, can you stay some more time? So Yudhishthir Maharaj is elderly. So Krishna said, okay, brother. After a while, Krishna wanted to leave again. He wanted to go again. And then Bhim came. Krishna, don't go. Don't go. Can you stay some more time? He said, okay, I cannot disobey you. You're senior. Now Krishna wanted to go, and then Arjun came and gave a very tight hug. Hey Sakhe, oh my dear friend, you leaving me like this? How am I going to survive without you? Krishna said, but everyone is waiting for me in Dwarika. It's been so long, I'm here. Acha, just for some more days, please. Then Krishna stayed back. Said, now I must go. Then Nakul Sahadev came. We are younger than you, younger brothers. How can we live without you? Again he stayed back. Said, now I, fulfilled everyone's desire. I must go now. Then Draupadi came. Draupadi. And by looking in the eyes of Draupadi, so much love she's showing. And Krishna understood what she wanted to say. He said, okay, I will stay back. But then, when he's about to leave, then Kunti came. Are you going? Are you leaving us like this? I have to say a few words before you go. Krishna said, yes, my aunt. Because Kunti is aunt of Krishna. And that's why Pandavas are in relation like a cousin. Cousins of Krishna. So Krishna said, Kunti Devi said, Namasya Purusha Tvadyam Isha Pakriti Param Lakshati Sarvbhutanam Antarvair Avastitam. Namasya Purusha Tvadyam. Namaste, I pay obeisances to you. You know, when it comes to any demigods, Krishna is fine with that. If they pay obeisances, they start their praise with obeisances. Like Brahmaji, the creator. The Brahm Stuti, the prayers of Brahma, he started with No Meddide Avrapushu Tadidambaraya Gunjavata Paripichha Sanmukhaya Vane Sajra Kavlar Vetra Vishanu Venu Lakshmi She Midupade Pashu Pankajaya. No Medde, O my Ishta, O my worshipable, I bow down to you. That's fine. He's Brahma, my servant. But if anyone in relationship with Krishna, if he or she speaks about paying obeisances and reverential mood, Krishna is not happy with that. And Kunti Devi started, Namaste Purusha Tvadyam. I pay obeisances to you. You are Param Purusha, beyond modes of nature, beyond material creation. Ishu Prakriti Param. Lakshati Sarvbhutanam Antarvair. You dwell outside and inside. Antarvair Avastitam. Is so difficult to know you. And Krishna said, wait a minute. My aunt, what happened to you today? Every day, just like your sons paying obeisances to you, I also used to come pay obeisances to you, and you used to every time giving me blessings. What happened to you? What is all this about? Paying obeisances and all? You're my aunt. Aunt means Mosi. Just like my mother. Why are you doing this? She said, don't hide yourself. I got to know who you are. How you got to know? What you want to say? Maya Jamnam Kashrayam. Maya Jamnam Kashrayam. Agya Dokshamabayam na lakshasi murdisha yatha natr adrutha. Just like an actor, a hero, one who is doing a drama, he wear different clothes and he hide his personality, different from his original personality. Similarly, you also hiding yourself by your deluding energy, means external energy, Maya, for conditioned souls, and with your Yoga Maya to us. Both Maya, the role of both Mayas is making everyone forgetful. Whose phone is that? Can you silence please? So, external energy Maya make everyone forgetful of Krishna, right? Avrang Nikshepa Atmak, Tiruganatmak Maya. But the role of Yoga Maya is also same. Making everyone forgetful who Krishna is and making Krishna also forgetful who you are. Imagine. Chaitanya Chaitamrit, Kaviraj Goswami described, Mo Vishe Gopigan Upapati Bhave, Yog Maya Korive Apna Prabhave, Amina Jani na Jani Duigan, Duhu Rup Gane Duhu Nitya Hariman, Dharmachari Rag Doho Kore Milan, Kabu Mile Kabu na Mile Devere Ghatan. Krishna himself is saying, Mo Vishe Gopigan Upapati Bhave. Even though gopis are my own means expansions of Radharani. In one sense, they are my Sokhiyas, means my own. But because of Yoga Maya is trying to make this arrangement for me to enjoy more, relish more, develop that Parkya Bhav in the gopis. Mo Vishe Gopigan Upapati Bhave, the Paramar Bhud. Yog Maya Koribe Apna Prabhave. Yog Maya will arrange and make one curtain, hide everyone with a curtain, and they will start believing they are Parikiya. I'm a paramour to them, even though they are my own. Amina jani na jani gopigan, duhu rup gunen duhe nitya hare man. Even I will forget who are my gopis, and gopis will forget what is the relationship with me. And we're going to get attracted to each other just by seeing. You know. And what will happen then? Kabu mile, kabu na mile, devere ghatan. By the will of providence, sometime we get to see each other, and sometime there will be separation. Yog Maya is going to do this. The influence of Yog Maya, making everything forgetful. So Mahamaya, making everyone forgetful of Krishna. Yog Maya also. But the influence of Yog Maya is on the associates. And the influence of Maya is on the conditioned souls. But both Mayas are same. So Kunti Devi is saying, Maya Jabnam Kashrayam. You deluded us with your Maya. When she's saying this, that means not Mahamaya. Even Baldev Prabhu said this in Brahm Vimon Leela. When Baldev Prabhu came to know, trying to understand why I'm seeing everything so distorted in Braj now. Something very strange happening. And when Yog Maya removed that curtain, then Baldev Prabhu was able to understand. Then he said, Keyam yakuta ayata devi nari uta sari pray mayas tume bhrata na nacha vimohani. Not an ordinary Maya, not any ordinary Maya can bewilder me. Pray mayas tume bhrata. Only the Maya of my brother Krishna, means Yog Maya, can only bewilder me. So how Baldev Prabhu got bewildered? By the influence of Yog Maya. So this is what Kunti Devi is saying. So don't hide yourself. Krishna is wondering, oh Aunt Kunti, what's wrong with you today? I'm not understanding which language you're speaking. And that's not very pleasant to Krishna to hear from his own aunt. Then she said, oh, what more to say? Tatha paramahansa nam muninam amla atmanam bhakti yog vidanartham katham pashyami istriyah. That's the verse. Do comest personalist emedai transcendentally. Tatha paramahansa nam muninam amla atmanam bhakti yog vidanartham katham pashyami istriyah. Your descent, your coming here in this world, is to establish bhakti or to nourish the bhakti of Paramahansas. Those who are Paramahansas. Tato Paramahansana Muniram Bhakti Yog Vidanartham. Kunti Devi is again saying the same thing. The reason for Krishna to come. Prem Ras Nirjas Korite Aswadan Rag Mar Bhakti Loke Korite Prachara. To establish Raganuga Bhakti. Not Vedi Bhakti. Even though instructions are given in Gita to follow principles, but the favorite of Krishna is different. And what is that? If you only follow Vedi Bhakti, you can't get Braj Bhav. Sakal Jagat Kare More Vedi Bhakti, Vedi Bhakti Te Braj Bhav, Paite Nahi Shakti. Sakal Jagat Gyane Te Mishrit, Aishwarya Shithil Prem Nahi More Preet. If you worship Krishna with so much awe and reverence, he's not very happy with this. I'm not happy with this. Krishna saying. I want if anyone follow my Raganuga Bhakti. That means not giving up respect to principles, the conduct, but on the top of that, some flavor of closeness and intimacy. This is what Krishna likes. You know, like softy, cone. Cone is just like a holder, and different flavors of what do you call it? Ice cream. Strawberry, chocolate, yummy. Different ice creams. This Krishna likes. Different varieties. Raganuga Bhakti. On that cone of Vedi Bhakti, we cannot skip that. Otherwise, we become fanatic. We're not following rules and regulations, fanaticism. That's not proper. That has to be there. The cone has to be there. But that has to be on the top of cone, flavor of Raga Bhakti. And eating. Intimate mood. What is the definition of Raganuga Bhakti? So many times I taught you. Ragatmika anusmritya sacha Raganuga uchyate. Following the footsteps of Ragatmik is called Raganuga Bhakti. Now the question comes, who is Ragatmik then? What is the different names? What is these definitions? No? Ishte swarski ragam param bhuvish tadbhaved tanmaya bhaved bhakti sa raganuga uchyate sa ragatmika uchyate. Those who have spontaneous love for Krishna means they didn't develop that love. There is something which we call, oh, I developed love with you. I'm still working on developing love with you, trying to understand you more. You understand me, we're developing. The Brajvasis were known as Ragatmik. They didn't develop love with Krishna. That was spontaneous. So following that spontaneous love is called Rag Bhakti. So Krishna himself is saying, Sakala Jagat Kare More Vedi Bhakti. Everyone in the entire world, they perform very, what? Vedi Bhakti. That means that devotion which arises from the fear of Shastras. God fearing. If I don't do this, I don't know what's going to happen. Fear. If I won't do this, I'll get reactions. Fear. It's not natural. If you don't like me, if you don't love me, if you don't respect me, I don't know what you're going to do. Fear. And Raga Bhakti is where there is no fear. It is natural, loving, spontaneous in nature. So Krishna likes this bhakti, this devotion, Raganuga Bhakti, not Vedi Bhakti. Tato Paramahansanam Muninam Amla Atmanam Bhakti Yog Vidanartham. You come to establish that Bhakti Yoga. Which Bhakti Yoga? This. Rag Marg Bhakti Loke Korite Pracharan. Krishna descended not to give Vedi Bhakti, but he came to give Rag Bhakti. We can understand by this how his mood is immersed in his own Brajavasis, and he wants everyone to follow them. That's the only way to develop a very loving relationship with me. This is Krishna's desire. Raganuga Bhakti. So Katham Pashyame Istriya. I'm an ordinary lady, woman. How will I understand this? See, Kunti Devi showing her humility. Katham Pashyame Istriya. I'm an ordinary woman. How will I come to know this? So if someone asks Kunti Devi, you saying you're ordinary, how will I come to know this? But you're already saying everything. Understand? She already expressed the reason for your descent. And you also know glorifying the Paramahansas. You already know everything, and in the last, I'm an ordinary lady, how will I understand this? Because humility is the ornament of the Vaishnavas. Just like we were in car, there was 2 days back, right? There was one discussion on Zoom. Some boys and girls, they were having good discussion, and a question came up: why Yudhishthir Maharaj indulged in gambling? Yudhishthir Maharaj is pure devotee and is one of the Haridas amongst the 3 Haridas. So prominent personality. Krishna loves him so much. So they were discussing, and good point came up, which is true. To show the entire society what happens, even if you are very intelligent, knowledgeable, but if you get indulged in gambling, what happens? You can lose everything. He lost his brothers, he lost his own rights, he lost his brothers, he lost his own wife. What to speak of losing his kingdom? And when he lost his own wife Draupadi, she was dragged by Dushasana because she already lost her rights. This is the consequence. And so much happened because of this point of gambling. So I want to show this to the entire world. But Srila Bhakti Raksha Sridhar Goswami Maharaj brings up very good point. Other than this point that he wants to show, because Yam Achari Shreshtas, those who are great personalities, they show by their own example and give a lesson to the society. But other than that, Yudhishthir Maharaj was feeling he's getting so much famous everywhere amongst all the kings because Krishna is always residing with him. And Krishna taking him as his elder brother, paying obeisances to Yudhishthir Maharaj. Imagine. Gurudev used to say this. Krishna was paying obeisances, going down to Yudhishthir. So he's getting so famous. So what he thought of? Oh, how can I maintain my status that I'm not a devotee? I'm getting famous, and by this, what if my bhakti will get, my attachment to Krishna will get little slackened. So therefore, intentionally indulge in gambling, posing himself, I'm not a devotee. Don't take me as devotee. I'm so fallen, I'm gambling. Imagine that Yudhishthir Maharaj, who's so intellectual, who never ever tell lies. Even Krishna is inspiring him, provoking him. Yudhishthir, announce Ashwatthama is dead in the battlefield of Kurukshetra. Because Dronacharya, Guru Dronacharya, was very powerful, and he was face to face with Arjun. And he's the one who taught Arjun. And how Arjun can kill Dronacharya? So difficult. And Dronacharya is the commander-in-chief of Duryodhana's army. How to remove him? Krishna had a plan. Dronacharya is attached to his son Ashwatthama. If this is announced by a great person that Ashwatthama is dead, Dronacharya would be very sad, and he gave up his bow and arrow. And there's a time when Arjun can kill him. So Krishna approached Yudhishthir Maharaj because everyone knows Yudhishthir never tell lies. Everyone knows this. Yudhishthir, announce Ashwatthama is dead. Yudhishthir, no, I can't. I can't go against my principles. He's Dharmaraj. He's righteous. I cannot do this. Imagine, Krishna is saying this. One who is all truth, who never tell lies. That all truth one is provoking Yudhishthir to tell lies. And Yudhishthira Maharaj never compromised with his principles. So we can think Yudhishthira Maharaj is he played in a very ordinary level to just indulge in dice game, in gambling, being such an intellectual personality who never tell lies. Why it is so? Humility. To maintain this, that I'm not a devotee, Baba, don't think me I'm a devotee. Like Gaur Kishore Babaji Maharaj, he was so famous. All great personalities used to come to have his darshan to get their material desire get fulfilled. But what he used to do? Spreading fish around his cottage. I'm not a devotee, I eat fish. So no one should disturb me. These personalities, they want to have critics. Yes, everyone should criticize. I don't want to get famous, I want to get defamed. Yeah. So can they hide? Can they hide from Krishna? No. He knows everything. That's why Krishna so attached to Yudhishthira Maharaj and the Pandavas. Even the Yaksha asking questions to Yudhishthira Maharaj and he's replying. Perfect answers to his questions. So he cannot do mistake. So why he did mistake with gambling? This is the reason. To protect his love, his attachment, more than his getting famous. That's the explanation. So Kunti Devi also, she's saying, Tato Paramahansanam Muninam Amla Atmanam Bhakti Yog Vidanartham Katya Pashyam Istriya. I'm an ordinary lady. I don't know much about you and all this great Siddhanta, but you already establishing the Siddhanta. She's just showing off her humility. That's the nature of devotees. There's the ornament which makes a devotee looks beautiful. Without humility, no beauty. That's the best ornament. Yeah. So I'm just reading the verses, I'm not going details of explanation. Then she said, oh, what can I say more? Because she is in a mood of prayers. Krishnaya Vasudevaya Devki Nandanaya cha Nand Gop Kumaraya Govindaya Namo Nama. Namo Nama. When the word Nama is there, that means paying obeisances. Gaurai, Swaha and Nama both means paying obeisances, bowing down, remembering obeisances. Swaha, Namaha, all these words. So, what she's establishing here? Krishnaya, oh Krishna, your names, you're famous as Krishnaya, Vasudevaya, Devki Nandanaya cha, Nand Kumaraya, Govindaya Namo Nama. You're also the son of Devaki, you're also the son of Vasudev, you're also son of Yashoda and Nanda Maharaj. So therefore your name is Govinda Namo Nama, paying obeisances to you. So Kunti Devi, oh Kunti Mata, you're confusing everyone. Is that Gaudiya Vaishnava Siddhanta? That Krishna is the son of Devaki Vasudev? Krishna son of Yashoda and any evidence? Vrindavan Vilasini Mataji, any evidence?
That Krishna is the son of Yashoda.
Is time over?
There is one verse.
Yes. Speak.
Nandastvatmajotpanne jatalada mahmana. Avya vipra vedagyam suchi.
Snat Suchir Alankrita. Who said this?
Sukadeva Goswami said that Krishna is Atmaja
Loud,
of Nanda. Sukadeva Goswami said in Srimad Bhagavatam that Krishna is Atmaja of Nanda. He's his own son. like Atmaja means is born from him. So is born from Yasoda, not just appears like for Devaki.
Just when Krishna took birth, thank you. Shukdev Goswami, the very first verse of Nand Utsav, celebrating the festive of Nand Maharaj. Nandastu Atmajotpanne Jat Halad Mahamana Ayu Vipravedya Snat Sujir Alankrita. Moment Krishna has taken birth, Nand Maharaj, he took bath in Jamuna and he decorated his body with ornaments and he gave so much charity. But point here Shukdev Goswami establishing is Nandastu Atmaj Utpanne. Atmaj means Atma hi jayate putraha. That's the Shastras. And that means son take birth as father's soul. Or in other words, the father's soul take birth as son. Atma hi jayate putraha. That means Krishna is your son, Nanda Maharaj, not anyone else's son. Other verse? Yashri? What Gargacharya said? Tasman Nand Atmajam te Narayana Samo Gunaha. Gargacharya, when he came name giving ceremony to Krishna Balaram, for Krishna Balaram, Nandas, what I said? Tasman Nand Atmajam te Narayana Samagunaha. Oh Nand Maharaj, Tasma Nand Atmajam te. This son is your son, your Atmaj, means your Atma, your soul. And many other evidences. Jayati Jan Nivaso Devki Janavado. Many evidence to establish Krishna is, that's the Gaudiya Vaishnava philosophy. Kunti Devi saying Krishnaya Vasudevaya Devki Nandanaya cha. You're son of Devaki, you're son of Vasudev, you're son of Nanda Maharaj, Yashoda. How can Kunti ji say this? But what she is saying is actually true. How it is true? Krishnaya Vasudevaya. Who is Vasudev? Who is Vasudev?
His father, like I mean not his real father, but in Mathura.
In Mathura? This is not what Kunti Devi wanted to say. And Devaki from Mathura? This is not what she referred to. In this verse, she is only referring that Krishna, you are the son of Yashoda Maya and Nanda Maharaj. Then why she said Vasudev?
Because Vasudev who is like beyond.
No. One of the Vasu entered in the body of Nanda Maharaj, Dron Dharaha. Know this? No?
I heard that.
Oh. Actually, I'm not elaborating on each and every point. I'm just going with the flow. But Prishni Sutapa, they both perform austerities and they please Lord. And Bhagwan appeared in front of them. They said, what do you want? We want a son like you. Then Lord said, there cannot be anyone like me, so I will become like your son. I will become your son. To fulfill the desire of Prishni Sutapa, they entered in the body of Vasudev and Devaki. And that's where the desire got fulfilled. The Krishna, their son. That's all. But the other Vasu, whose name was Dronadhara, they also perform austerities. And they got this boon from Brahma, got so pleased with their austerities. And they said, we want Vatsalya, affection, mood of the Lord. And that's why they both entered in Yashoda Maya and Nanda Maharaj. Because Vatsalya, the affection, reciprocation is with Nand Maharaj and Yashoda Maya. Devaki and Vasudev didn't got any chance of reciprocation of Vatsalya. So Drona and Dhara, they entered in the body of Vasudev, Nand Maharaj and Yashoda Maya, and that's why Nand Maharaj is known as Vasudev. And how you will ask me how you reconcile, harmonize with the word Devaki? Devaki is Devaki in Mathura, right? Rupa Goswami was saying, no. Dui name Nand Bharje Devaki Yashoda Cha. Another name of Yashoda Maya was Devaki. Another name of Yashoda Maya was also Devaki, like you have so many names, no? Nicknames, legal names, friendly names. So another name of Yashoda Maya was Devaki. And that's why there was a great friendship between Devaki from Mathura and Yashoda Maya. Because sometimes, let's say Isha Mata, her name is Isha, and she come to Switzerland, she find another lady with Isha. Oh, you are also Isha. I'm also Isha. Yeah, and because the names are similar, they develop friendship, very close friendship, right? Isha. Just like, and that's why Yashoda Maya name is also Devaki, and Devaki is Devaki. That's why they were very close friends with each other. So therefore, Krishnaya Vasudevaya Devaki Nandanaya Cha Nand Gop Kumaraya Govindaya Namo Namo. You are the son of Nand Maharaj and Yashoda. Short. Go ahead. Oh. When you praying to someone, start describing the beauty. Kunti Devi start describing the beauty. Namo Pankaj Nabhaya, Namo Pankaj Maline, Namo Pankaj Netraya, Namaste Pankaj Angre. Oh, you're so beautiful. Your eyes like lotus. Your navel is lotus. Your hands are lotus. Your feet are lotus. Your complete body, everything is lotus, lotus and lotus. Namo Pankaj Nabhaya. Have you seen lotus?
Yes.
We saw in Guyana. In their country, Guyana, we had Bhagavad Sapta there. Oh goodness, lotus everywhere, lotus. In drains, rivers, big ones. Beautiful. So I was remembering this verse from Bhagavatam. Namo Pankaj Nabhaya, Namo Pankaj Maline. Yeah, very beautiful. So actually we are short of time. It's already getting 9 o'clock. But going very fast because I just want to finish 1 or 2 more points. Whereas even this verse has so many details. How Krishna is compared to as lotus. Krishna is also compared to as moon. 24 and a half moons in the body of Krishna. Etc. Then after that she said wonderful point. Yatha Rishikesh Khalana Devaki Kam Sruda Chita Sucharpita Vimochitam Aham Sam Atmaja Vibho Taveknath Mohu Vipadgana. She said, Krishna, can I say something more? He said, yes, go ahead. I am mother. Devaki is also mother. I am more fortunate than Devaki. Krishna said, how can you say this? What do you want to say? Kunti Devi said, yes. I am more fortunate than Devaki. Why? Because you saved Devaki only one time from the prison house of Kamsa. When Krishna killed Kamsa, he came to prison house to release Devaki and Vasudev, and just by seeing Krishna Balram is here. Just by seeing Krishna Balram, Devaki Vasudev, they folded hands. Yujam Natana Suto Sakshat Pradhan Purush Ishvaro. Oh, you are not my son, you are not our sons. You are Param Purusha, you are your Supreme Lord, beyond the three modes of nature. And they start praying Devaki and Vasudev. So she said, you only saved Devaki once in prison house, but me, you saved me so many times. Therefore, I'm more fortunate than Devaki. Krishna said, I saved you? No. She said, yes. Krishna said, can you explain where, how, when? She said, I have complete list. Next verse. Vishay Mahagani confirmed. Vishay Mahagani Purusha Darshaya Asan Vase Vane Krishe Krishe Mride Mride Anek Astro Dronu Astro Chabi Rakshati. She said, not one. When Bhim was given the poison, you saved. When we were getting burned in the lake house, you saved us. And when Draupadi was getting disrobed, you saved. And this battle of Mahabharata, you saved us from so many weapons, from so many warriors. And Dronucha Virakshati, and just now, you saved the womb of Uttara. So how many will I count? I just counted few. So you tell me, am I not more fortunate than Devaki? Therefore, Krishna, I've glorified you a lot. So after glorifying, after Hari Katha, there's supposed to be something in return. So I want to ask something in return from you. Krishna said, okay, here comes the point. That's why glorification is being done. Always some motives is there, right? Money, adoration. Now I got the point. Why you glorifying me? You never did this before. What you want? Tell me. Here comes the point. Krishna thought she's going to ask something material. And Kunti Devi said what no one has ever said before. Vipaduna santuna shashvat tatra guru bhavto darshanam yasyat punar bhava darshanam. What I want? Problems, calamities in my life. Krishna said, are you okay? What you saying? Maybe you're a little tired. Think again. I'm here to fulfill all desires. Kamo, sarv kamo va, moksh kamo dari. Whatever you ask, I will fulfill your desire. Just go ahead. Take your words back and ask something else. She said, no, I want calamities. Why you want calamities? She said, because whenever there any problem comes, you always come to help us. And on the pretext of that problem, we get to have your darshan. So I don't want wealth, I don't want calamities, but on the pretext of calamities, I just want to see you. Seeing you is most important than anything else. See the mood of Kunti Devi? Your darshan is more important than anything else. So I welcome those problems. You know, in Vrindavan Parikrama, there used to be slogans, shlokas written. That Baba who used to write this from years, 70 years he died now, he used to write everywhere in the Parikrama mark. In Hindi. So when we used to do Parikrama, like I'm saying 20 years back, this one shloka written. सुख के माथे शील पड़े जो नाम प्रभु का भुलाए बलिहारी वो दुख की जो नाम प्रभु का स्मरण कराए. The meaning is सुख के माथे शील पड़े. May thunderstorm or hailstorm fall on the head of all happiness in the life. Because when we are in a happy mood, we forget you. So may hailstorm, thunderstorm fall on the head of happiness. That happiness which makes us forgetful. You know, in happy moments, who remembers Krishna? Wedding, party, everyone is so busy. Yeah, later when it's over, Krishna will remember you. Everyone forget Krishna. So devotees praying, may stone falls on the head of happiness, which makes us forgetful of you. And balihari wo dukha ki, and all glories to those problems and miseries, which reminds us of you. I pray, all glories to those miseries and troubles and problems in my life, which makes me remind of you. That's the most auspicious time in my life. So I want to embrace the miseries, because happiness definitely going to make us forgetful about you. So I don't want happiness, I want just miseries, because I want to see you, I want to be with you. And surprise. Kunti is giving so many surprises to Krishna, so many surprises, one after the other. First of all, paying obeisances, and then glorifying his beauty, etc., etc., etc. I'm going very fast. Then, shortcut now. There's so much to say. Shortcut. She said, I know, I'm more fortunate than Devaki, I already told you. But there's another mother, which is the most fortunate mother of the whole universe. And no one can compare to her. Krishna became very restless. And who's that? Kunti? Aunt Kunti? Who's that? Krishna is very restless to hear. And Kunti Devi said, Gope dadankrita gasam dam tavat yate dasha ashu kalinj anj samraksham vaktra vininya bhai bhavin stitasya savam hoiti bhirapi yad bhibeti. She said, that mother is Mother Yashoda. And Krishna is so joyous to hear this. And imagine what is the Siddhanta here. Kunti is Dwarika Parikar. And she is glorifying Braj Parikar. This is the speciality of Braj Parikars. The Dwarika Parikar, they glorify Braj Parikar. Kunti Devi's mother. So she is glorifying the motherly section. The best mother is Mother Yashoda. And Krishna was very anxious to hear, but why she is best? Even though he knows, but when you want to know something more, and why? Expressions. She said, because Gope datakrita ghasam dam tavat. When you were a small child, very naughty, and you exhibiting very notorious activities, and seeing this, when Mother Yashoda, she take cane in her hand and twist your ears. Oh, what was your beauty at that time? When you are scared to see the stick in the hand of your mother. And the tears from your eyes. Those eyes which are decorated with kajal. And the tears with that kajal flowing on your cheeks. And you were literally shaking. Not you doing any drama there, but actually forgetful your Supreme Lord. You're literally trembling and shaking, seeing the stick in the hand of your mother. That scene, Kunti Devi is remembering. You know, everyone has smartphones and they capture the moments. Click, click, and it's saved in the gallery.
Is very similar to the Mother Astakam?
Yeah. You know, the picture gets saved in galleries. This is how the associates, when they remember the pastime of Krishna, and then they clicking. Wow, what was the scene? And she clicked that scene. How Krishna, you're trembling, you're shaking, seeing your mother Yashoda being upset with you. Bhirapi yad bhibeti. Fear If anyone utters the name of Krishna, fear goes away. Huh? Ah, yes. Swayam Bhayam. Even fear runs away, goes away, if anyone utters the name of Krishna. But in this case, when you saw the face of your mother in a chastisement mood to you, that you, Krishna, get fearful to see your mother. Fear get fearful to see Krishna. And now today Krishna at this moment is fearful to see the face of your mother. That's why I'm saying Mother Yashoda is the best mother. Krishna is so pleased. This is what he likes to hear. This is what he likes to hear. And finally, she said, there's so many more verses, but last one, wonderful point. Sne pasham idam chindi dridam pandushu vrishnishu. Please destroy my attachment to my sons Pandavas. Krishna said, what are you saying? Surprise and surprise, surprise and surprise. Everyone wants to get attached to Pandavas because they are my devotees. And Pandavas are your sons. And you want to destroy that attachment. What is this now? She said, oh, you're not getting my point. No, I'm not getting your point. She said, destroy that attachment that Pandavas are my son. But develop that attachment that Pandavas are your devotees. That means, in my own sons, I should not see them as my sons. I should see them as your devotees, not as my son. So this shows Kunti Devi affection for his sons, not attached. She's not crying. No. She's seeing her own son as a devotee of Krishna. If you see like this, then there is no attachment. Then there will be no sorrow, no crying. Son is going to take sannyas. And Mata start crying. He's not your son, he's a devotee of Krishna. You should follow Mother Kunti. She's saying, destroy that attachment that he's my son. Why you started crying? But I should see my sons as a devotee, Krishna's devotee. So this is a lesson to all grasthas, sannyasis, everyone. We should see our dear ones as the devotees of Krishna. That attachment, then there is no lamentation. But when we start thinking they're my own, and then something happens and we get hurt because it's mine, right? Even a person leaves planet, means leaves body. Everything is about attachment, right? Attachment is not with body. Body is dead matter. Attachment is with the mind. The mind set in that particular temperature and we start feeling attachment. It's just all about mind. Soul has no attachment. Body is dead matter. The attachment comes through the mind. So it's difficult, I know. I'm saying this. It's very difficult. But this is how the associates, they teach us. So in short, in brief, the prayers of Queen Kunti establishing so wonderful siddhantas here. There was so much more to be said. I just quickly took verses and gave the translation of those verses. I didn't went into the details of that. Otherwise it will take another 4 or 5 days. There's so much siddhantas in that. All Gaudiya Vaishnava siddhantas is there. That's why the first prayer, each complete Bhagavatam, the very first prayer, the prayer of Mother Kunti. Gaur Premanande. Srimad Bhagavatam Mahapuran ki Jai. Srila Gurudev ki Jai. We are thankful to Anandani Mataji for hosting this wonderful program. Danke val, danke schön. Yes, and thank you everyone coming and making this program, making this trip a successful trip. Last time when I came, I was very sick, honestly. Devotees who were there, they knew me. I was not even able to get up from the bed. I felt so sick. So that was due. So this time, I tried my best to remember Srila Gurudev's words, his lectures, and try to repeat his words. Anything good? All credits to Gurudev. If I said something wrong, it's all my faults. Because I have so many limitations. I'm just hiding those. But I'm full of all limitations. Hare Krishna. Vancha kalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhu vacha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo. I think it's too late now. Time for kirtan.
No problem. No problem. The neighbors are very nice here.
You neighbors are nice? Okay.
No, we have to take a little bit.
So 10 minutes? Nalindi? Mahamantra? Or any bhajan you think related to this what I said? Or just Mahamantra, whatever you feel about it. Bandhu sange yati tava raga parihara. Anisha Mata should sing this with understanding the meaning, translation.
I have a son, Sannyasi. So I have a son.
Since you already have one son with sannyasi.
Yeah, but one son is sannyasi, other son brahmachari.
Yeah, but you tomorrow also I'm crying for this.
So that's one.
I'm not so confident about
Which one?
Bandhu Sangha.
This. Bandhu sange.
Alright, listen.
Your voice is better.
Bandhu sange jadi tava ranga parihas.
Bandhu sange jadi tava ranga parihas.
Bandhu sange jadi tava ranga parihas. Thage
हरि बोल हरि बोल बाहु तुले हरि बोल 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 वृंदावन में सेवा कुंज में मेधी वन में जमुना तट पर श्रृंगारवत में मान सरोवर मान सरोवर श्रृंगारवत में कुंडली कला में गोवर्धन में गोवर्धन में गोवर्धन में दानघट में अन्यग्राम में गोविंदपुर में मथुरापुर में नवलपुर में कुर्दीपुर में जतीपुरा में राधापुर में रामकुंड में श्यामकुंड में राधाकुंड में कुशील सरोवर मानसी गंगा हरिदेव में बरसाने में नंदगांव में बरसानी में गोकुल वन में रावण वन में स्विट्जरलैंड में राधे राधे जय राधे राधे जय राधे राधे जय राधे राधे जय राधे राधे ओ हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल ओ हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल ओ हरि बोल 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 हरि Everyone, raise your hands. When I'm saying Hari, everyone shake your hands. And when I say Bol, everyone has to jump. That's a game. Hari. Bol. Very nice. One more time. Hari. Bol. Very good. One more time. Hari Bol. Okay, one more time. Hari Bol. Hari Bol. गौर भक्त की गौर प्रेमानंद